The 1970s were a grim time for car enthusiasts in the United States. Fuel crises, skyrocketing insurance costs, and stringent emission regulations choked the life out of American performance cars. And while the Corvette soldiered on, it became a pale shadow of its former self, struggling to deliver any real excitement. The European exotics, while still stylish and thrilling, were expensive and often finicky to maintain. This was the automotive landscape when John J. Guanci Jr. decided to take matters into his own hands. Now, John Guanci wasn't your typical car builder, a former Green Beret turned industrial designer and engineer. He had made his fortune in an unlikely industry, high-end industrial ovens. Through his company Precision Guanci, he built a reputation for top-quality manufacturing, but Guanci's true passion lay in automobiles, and with American performance cars struggling, he saw an opportunity. In 1977, he founded Guanci Automobiles in Woodstock, Illinois, and set out to build a world-class American sports car, one that could go head-to-head with Ferrari and Lamborghini, while offering the reliability and affordability of domestic powertrains. Now understanding that creating a competitive sports car from scratch was no small feat, Guanci enlisted the help of some serious talent. Among his key hires was Bob McGee, a seasoned Can-Am race car designer known for his expertise in chassis development. McGee engineered an exceptionally rigid steel monocoque chassis with fully independent suspension, a setup that promised outstanding handling and responsiveness. The mid-engine layout ensured optimal weight distribution, setting the car apart from the front-engine American muscle cars of the time. To keep the weight down, the body was made from fiberglass, a material already proven in performance applications like the Corvette. The design was equally impressive. Former Chrysler designer Mike Williams penned the sleek fastback-style bodywork, and Guanci sought input from none other than Algero da Tommaso, the man behind the Pantera. The result was a car that looked every bit as exotic as the Italian greats of the time, with smooth, flowing lines that could have easily come from a coach builder in Modena rather than a startup in Illinois. Power came from a tried-and-true 5.7-liter Chevrolet L82 small block V8, which in stock form produced 225 horsepower in the 1978 Corvette. However, Guanci's team massaged the engine to produce a claimed 270 horsepower. This power was sent to the rear wheels via a 4-speed automatic transmission, which was a somewhat unconventional choice for a high-performance car of that era, but one that likely reflected Guanci's vision of a sophisticated Grand Tourer rather than an all-out track machine. The combination of race-inspired chassis, mid-engine layout, and lightweight fiberglass body meant that the SSJ had the potential to be a true driver's car. It was praised by early testers for its solid construction, precise handling, and overall refinement, qualities that many American performance cars of that era sorely lacked. Now, the Guanci SSJ made its public debut at the 1979 Chicago Auto Show, where it generated considerable excitement. Despite its domestic origins, it was not positioned as a Corvette rival. Instead, Guanci envisioned it as a more premium, high-performance alternative to Chevy's sports car. The SSJ was intended to take on the V8-powered exotics of Italy, like the Ferrari Mondial, Maserati Merak, and Lamborghini Silhouette. But despite the initial excitement, the Guanci SSJ never made it into production. Building a high-performance sports car requires more than just engineering expertise. It requires significant financial backing. And unfortunately, Guanci struggled to secure the necessary funding to move beyond the prototype stage. While some investors showed interest, none were willing to commit the capital required for full-scale production. Determined to keep his dream alive, Guanci and his team continued working on the project, producing at least 2 more prototypes. One of these featured a Buick turbocharged V6 as a more affordable alternative to the V8 swapped SSJ. But despite their best efforts, financial troubles persisted, and by the early 1980s, the company quietly faded into obscurity. By the way, just as a side note, these things weren't very fast. There isn't a lot of info out there, but according to what I found, she tipped the scales at 1,600 kilograms, which isn't exactly light. That paired with the throttled motors of the time must have resulted in a semi-lackluster Grand Tourer. Anyways, what happened to these cars? Well, for decades the fate of the Guanci SSJ remained a mystery. It was largely forgotten by all but the most dedicated automotive historians. However, the final prototype, a car that originally featured a Buick V6, was preserved by John Guanci himself. In later years, Guanci swapped out the V6 for a 4-liter Oldsmobile Aurora V8, a 4-cam engine that produced around 250 horsepower. Following John Guanci's passing, his son donated the last remaining SSJ prototype to a non-profit, Genius Garage Student Racing Program, the organization known for giving engineering students hands-on expertise with classic and exotic cars, and they restored the vehicle to running conditions. Eventually, the revived SSJ was auctioned through Haggerty Marketplace, where it sold for a mere $27,285. A fraction of what it might have fetched had the project reached its full potential. But to end it off, the Guanci SSJ was a car ahead of its time. It had all the ingredients to become America's answer to Ferrari and Lamborghini: an exotic mid-engine layout, a race-bred chassis, and a reliable V8. Just a shame that it didn't make all of that much power. But unlike many American performance cars of that era, it wasn't just about brute force. It was engineered for precision, handling, and high-speed stability. In another world, with better financial backing, the Guanci name might have been mentioned alongside the DeLorean or maybe even Vector. But instead, the SSJ became just another ambitious project that never quite made it. Yet for those who appreciate the forgotten gems of automotive history, it's a fascinating story. But let me know what you guys think of this car, its styling, engine choice, etc. Let me know down below what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed this video, please have a like and subscribe to the channel, and if you guys did like it, you'll most probably enjoy most of my other stuff. So just go through my channel, see if someone's like, I'll check you guys in the next one. Cheers, eh?